it's by far one of the best hotel teams I've ever worked with. People are not just stuck on this is their job. Their job, they understand no matter what their role and their title is to make our guests happy. And you see everybody working behind the scenes around the clock for one purpose in mind, to satisfy all of our guests.
Welcome to a special episode of the Modern Hotelier. We are here in Hotel Contessa on San Antonio's Riverwalk. We're joined by Miguel David, the Director of Sales here. Miguel, thank you for hosting us. It is awesome to be here and stay at Hotel Contessa.
Oh, thank you for joining us, and thank you for loving our hotel just as much as we do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we're here in the lobby right now. One of the things I want to talk about is a painting. Can we go talk about that for a minute?
Absolutely.
Yeah, this was one of the first things I noticed when I checked in on my first day. So maybe just take us through some of the history and give us a little description about this.
Absolutely. So this painting is actually named La Contessa of San Antonio. And that's actually where it's our namesake. So this painting was painted by a local artist, Kathy Souza, local to San Antonio. And we not only are named after it, but we try to embody who we are after this painting. So the Contessa, it embodies a sense of royalty, a sense of elegance, a sense of sophistication. But what I love the most about it is all of the color and all of the culture that this painting really represents. From the flower and from the different tones and the colors and the strokes, the artist is able to capture a lot of San Antonio's rich, vibrant culture and heritage, especially in their love for the arts. It's actually been the inspiration not just for our name, but also for our logo, which we all proudly wear on the lapels of our jackets.
And what I love about you guys is the consistency, because it's even on your keys. So
Yes.
for a room, we even have the consistency. When you walk in, you see the painting, then you get a key and you're like, there it is again, which is amazing, which is great.
Well, thank you. We are very proud of this painting. It's been the source of a lot of inspiration for us here at the hotel. So as you can see, it is on our name, on our key cards. We've also had certain names, certain function rooms here named after the Contessa. But what it also has done is it's triggered an art inspiration amongst all of us. We now are the only hotel in downtown San Antonio that actually has a local artist program. We feature art in select guest rooms that's available for sale, and those that changes every quarter. And that's painted by all the art is done by local artists, again inspired by Kathy Souza and her painting. And every last Sunday of the month, we also host an art fair that gives artists another opportunity to showcase their work, display their work to guests from out of town, and even draws in community from the rest of the town during those Sunday afternoons.
Incredible, incredible. So stay tuned. We are gonna take you on a tour of Hotel Contessa. We're gonna go through a few different room types. We're gonna go through the spa, the pool, the restaurant, and of course, a beautiful river walk around. Again, thank you for having us, and we're excited to see Hotel Contessa.
One of the things I love about our spa, of course, when you walk in, not only are you greeted by our signature scent here at the hotel, which is curated and customized specifically for us. So I'm very proud to say that we're the only ones in the world that actually have this fragrance. But not only that, you're also greeted by a wonderful retail section that really sells all the products that we use here. And all the products that we use are really all curated, and they're hand selected specifically by the therapist and the spa director to really make sure that it speaks to the Contessa brand. So we walk in, you are going to be greeted by our lovely host and receptionist here, Jessica. Again, we feature all of our products here for sale, but what's more important is really what happens behind these doors. So very proud to say that we have 5 treatment rooms here, which I'm going to show you in just a moment. What makes our spa unique is not only do we do the full service body treatments, the facial treatments, but where we really love to focus is on the wellness aspect as well. So as you can see, the vibe completely changes from once we cross over into the treatment rooms. So here are our 5 treatment rooms as we walk down the hall. Of course, we also have restrooms. We have changing rooms as well. But I think one of my favorite parts is where we're going to end. This is our relaxing room. I love the relaxing room. So guests use this pre-treatment and post-treatment. We've also hosted little small private parties in here as well. So great for bachelorettes. It's a great room to just relax, unwind, again, before your treatment or after your treatment. Right after the spa, it's always great to experience this lovely rooftop pool that we have. It's a lovely size, nice, intimate, great location, to just relax and unwind. We're very lucky to be one of the few hotels in San Antonio that actually have a roof deck pool. I think the views speak for itself, but I think the size of the pool and what we offer here is exactly what people are looking for when they're coming to a downtown resort type hotel. Now we take you to the fitness center of the hotel, which actually is one of my favorite parts. I think it speaks a lot of who Contessa is. Hotel Contessa is an independent, smaller brand, but we are very mighty. And our fitness center, I think, is exactly that. It's a small, very nice, intimate sized fitness center, but it's mighty. Very pleased that we have Pelotons. Our guests have often commented how wonderful it is that they can log onto their account and they can bike their way through the city, or they can bike their way looking through the monitors. So fitness center, again, small, mighty, at the top floor of our hotel. What a better way to work out than to have amazing sprawling views of San Antonio.
So Miguel, I'd like to learn a little bit more about you. How did you get into hospitality, and how long have you been at Hotel Contessa?
I'm gonna try to make this a really short story because it's actually long, but I got into hospitality when the movie Father of the Bride came out.
Oh, wow.
I wanted to be Frank. I wanted to be the guy that did all the party planning, and then long story short, I went from culinary to planning, catering, and eventually got myself into group room sales and never left. I've been in hospitality pretty much since before I went to college, and I think this is probably where I'm going to end my entire career.
That's great. And so take us through some of your main responsibilities here at the hotel.
Well, one of my main responsibilities at the hotel, aside from, of course, leading a dynamic and awesome sales team who really makes things easy for me, is really making sure that we are cultivating the right relationships with our customers, with our clients, with the community, and really making sure that we're putting the right kind of business in the hotel. As an independent hotel, we don't have the luxury of all the other brands where you get leads coming in this way and every way. We have to really find a way to curate the leads that we get and really develop those relationships to make sure that the leads in the business that we're working with and the clients are really the right fit for our hotel.
That's great.
So I have to ask, everybody I've ran into here since I've been staying here for the past few nights always is in a good mood, and they seem to be enjoying themselves. So I gotta ask, what makes Hotel Contessa such a great hotel to work in?
I think that is because of the people here at the hotel. I moved to San Antonio a year ago, specifically for this role. And I told myself I'll probably be here for about a year and a half. I just renewed another lease in a new place because I love San Antonio. And a reason I love San Antonio so much is the community and the people. And the people here in this hotel, it's by far one of the best hotel teams I've ever worked with. People are not just stuck on this is their job. Their job, they understand no matter what their role and their title is to make our guests happy. And you see everybody working behind the scenes around the clock for one purpose in mind, to satisfy all of our guests. And I think that is something that we do with each other, but it's also something that we do with our guests. And I think that's why you experience and you've seen so many people who are happy, because really we're happy doing what we do. All right, the next stop is our presidential suite. So this room, we are a 265 all-suite property. So that already indicates, the epitome of luxury and sophistication that we have as a hotel. And I think is our advantage. Being in downtown San Antonio, we do have the largest guest rooms. But of course, having this presidential suite gives us an even larger guest room. King-size bed, of course, a great working space, an awesome large bathroom, complete with a soaking tub. Nothing says relaxation, sophistication a little bit more than a relaxing tub that's, set up for you to have some time to unwind, as well as an oversized bathroom for you to be able to get ready in. So aside from having a great oversized bedroom and bathroom, one of the highlights of this suite is also the living space that is commensurate with the size of the guest room. We've got amazing sized living room, great dining space, as well as a little wet bar area. Our Contessa suite, I would say, comes equipped with high-end espresso coffee, also drinks in the refrigerator available as part of your rate when you do check in. But I think what makes it great here is that this is a space where people can really hang out. This is a space where people can chill, they can hang out if they're family or their friends. It serves as a great hospitality suite as well. We've had guests who have commented that they can actually sit on this couch for days and watch TV, which I think is great. But the whole purpose of this room is that we really try to make it not only high-end, not only luxurious, not only sophisticated, but also we want to make sure that it embodies a sense of comfortability for each of our guests. And of course, not to mention another side of sprawling views of San Antonio. And now we get to look at one of the second largest rooms here at our hotel. We have a select number of these. These are what's known as our executive suites. We generally reserve these suites for upgrades. We also reserve these for some of our VIP guests, but of course on weekends, this is up for grabs for anybody who wants to stay in our suites. They say everything is bigger in Texas, and I will say that this is our second largest room, but yes, it is bigger in Texas. All of our guest suites feature a living room, a little parlor as well. This is an oversized living room and parlor, which kind of, again, lends itself to adding more comfort to the room, as well as luxury and sophistication for guests to unwind, relax, and not having to spend their entire time in just their bedroom, lending itself to the feeling of, embodiment of luxury and sophistication. Again, all of our executive suites have a separate bedroom. This bedroom happens to be a king-size bed. Again, lovely views either of the river view or of the city. This actually just looks out onto the corner of our hotel on Market and Navarro. But again, lovely city view, great size, generous guest room, upscale, high-end linen, making sure that our guests have that extremely comfortable stay when they're here. Our executive suite bathrooms do have stand-up showers, so they're with a glass partition. I guess they're called hydro super powered shower heads that we do have in these restrooms. And again, I think one of the things that I love about our hotel and I love about what we do is that we keep so many things that are traditional to San Antonio, from the decor, from the tiles, from the design on the tiles, all the way to the brick on the walls that we have in every one of our guest rooms. It lends itself to the feeling and to the tone that San Antonio is one of those contemporary cities, but it's ever evolving and ever developing. Welcome to what is known as our standard size guest room. And again, as I've said, everything is bigger in Texas, and even our smallest room is still bigger than any of the rooms you'll find here in San Antonio. Just slightly at 500 square feet, each of our refined guest suites feature a separate living room parlor area, complete with a workstation, before leading into the guest room. One of the highlights I love about this particular room, and I will say is probably my favorite, is that this is one of the lucky rooms where we feature local artists' work. So on the walls around us, we don't just have the standard hotel work. We actually have local artists' original artwork hanging, and this particular one is an artist's interpretation of the vibrancy and the color that happens in the Riverwalk here in San Antonio, which is another part we'll show you later on. But artists, we have about 12 artists who have graciously donated their work for a period of time to be sold here from our guest room walls. So this is done by a local artist named Joan Fabian. And again, we have about a dozen more artists that are featured across several of our guest rooms. I love our generous sized bedrooms. This one in particular kind of leading you with a lovely view of the San Antonio Riverwalk.
So you're creating great guest memories. What are some of your favorite memories so far of being here at Hotel Contessa?
Well, again, aside from the people that I work with at Contessa, I think one of my favorite memories is a few months ago, I put a project, I guess we birthed a project. The Hotel Contessa gets its name from the beautiful painting that you see in the lobby when you walk in, painted by a local artist. When I first moved here, I said, there's something missing. I feel like there's a painting, local artist, color, vibrant community. We're right in the heart of everything. We have mariachi playing on Friday nights. We draw events and inspiration from the community, but I felt like there was something missing. And being an art lover, walking around San Antonio, experiencing different art fairs, I met a lot of artists and eventually had this idea in my head to put an art fair together every last Sunday of the month. That takes place right where we're sitting right now. We have vendors that come, they sell their art. But to take it a step further, it's not just a Sunday art fair. So the play on words is Sunday art fair, but it's art fair every day because we have about 25 guest rooms upstairs that feature local artists' work hanging in the room. So we give the artists a chance to be able to display their work, share their talent with the community, with guests. And we have guests who come in who may not even leave their hotel rooms, but are already getting immersed in what San Antonio culture is and some of the San Antonio culture through the art.
Yeah, that's great.
That's incredible. So one of my favorite parts about staying here is every morning I have sat right by the Riverwalk and had my breakfast.
Did you meet the ducks?
I did meet the ducks. They're pretty friendly. They get close. But tell me about that. What makes, having a hotel literally right out next to the Riverwalk such a unique experience?
I think what makes it a unique experience is the part of the Riverwalk that we're on. There is a part of the Riverwalk that tends to be a lot busier and a lot more commercial, I would say. And I think our part of the Riverwalk is a lot more serene. It's a lot more peaceful with a lot of movement, but the right kind of movement. It's a steady pace. It's not a fast, I need to get to the next place kind of pace. It's very steady, it's serene. And I think the backdrop of the trees and the colors really lends itself into what makes this a unique spot on the Riverwalk. And I think also you combine that with a restaurant and the type of food that we offer. Our chef is very proud to say that he is, it's Texan cuisine, it's modern Texan fare, but a lot of fresh ingredients that, change from the seasons, but of course influence from, all the travels that he's also had and experience he's had around the world. So I think being able to put those two together, you've got the tangible product of the food, and then you've got the other side of the product, which is the atmosphere and the environment you're in. It really makes it an even more unique experience. And the largest space that we have here, and I'm really proud to really showcase our large grand ballroom, is the Contessa ballroom. So our maximum that we can do in this room is up to 200 in round tables. Of course, that is without a dance floor. This room is currently being set up for an event that we have, complete with a dance floor, a head table. Looks like a wedding to me. Welcome to our restaurant, Ambler. What good is a hotel if you don't have a great restaurant to go along with it? We are very proud to have feature great Texan flavors from high-end steaks, high-end meats, carefully seasoned. We've got a great chef here who's got worlds of experience and is able to bring all of that knowledge here to San Antonio, making us one of the most well-loved restaurants here on the Riverwalk. How much more Texan can you be with a rustic decor, kind of lending itself again to that modern feel that San Antonio is, with that rustic feel and that development feel of the stone, the brick, and the concrete that kind of shows that never-ending development that San Antonio seems to be. Our restaurant also features a private dining room over here to the right. Our private dining room at the very end over here can seat up to 25. We've got a great dining room here that can seat up to 75 in the restaurant. And of course, my favorite part to dine is on the Riverwalk patio. And sometimes I'll even get a little duck to come over and say hi. You guys have heard a lot from me in the last 2 days that we've spent together, and I've enjoyed it. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you like about Hotel Contessa? What is your favorite part of this hotel?
Yeah, well, as we were walking around and we were talking, I'm an independent guy. And for me, I'm going to walk away. I haven't been to San Antonio in a long time. So I'm going to walk away from this property and I'm going to remember this property. I'm going to remember the breakfast I had. I'm going to remember my room. I'm going to remember walking around with you, seeing the incredible meeting space, seeing the rooftop pool. So for me, this is what being independent is all about. And even as people are watching and they look behind us, we've got ducks, we've got people walking along the Riverwalk. So for me, this was kind of like the dream type of property for me to actually take a tour with you, and nobody can do it better than you, I think.
Well, thank you very much. I love to hear that. I love independent brands and I love this hotel, and it's nice to hear that some of the same things I love about our hotel is the same things that resonate with you.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things was it felt so comfortable to stay here. Sometimes you walk in a hotel room and it's a tiny square and it's like, this is not comfortable. I'm gonna just want to sleep here and that's it. But these rooms, the fact that they're all suites, it's so comfortable. I was hanging out on the couch watching TV, then go into my room and sleep, like just very, very comfortable and at home. My favorite way to start this morning was sitting right here. We have the Riverwalk behind us. The boat just went by, and we were talking about the ducks earlier, very well fed and friendly, but it's just a peaceful way to start the morning. So those are my top 2 things by far.
I love that both of your tops of San Antonio or of Hotel Contessa are the very things that resonate well with us, from our food and beverage to the way the rooms are designed, to the way the hotel was laid out, and to the service. I'm glad that you guys have chosen to stay here with us at Hotel Contessa, and I'm glad that you're going to remember Hotel Contessa for the uniqueness that it is.
Absolutely great.